Hi, this is Catherine Lim. Today, in this video is going to share about the five elements. Okay, let's take a look at it. Okay, this is lesson three, yeah? So, what we have learned in lesson three is about the five elements and their producing relationship and also clashing relationship. So let's go on to the producing relationship first, okay? First, we know that water produced to the wood and wood produced to the fire. Fire produced to earth and earth produced to metal and metal produced to water. How is it so? So let's take a look at it. Okay. So water nourish the wood just like the rain, grows the tree. Okay. And then wood fuels the fire. Just is like a, wood. We are using wood to feed, to form a campfire or bonfire. Okay, so fire actually creates earth. How is it so? When fire burns and then burn the wood and then it turns into ashes and then it turns into ash and enrich the soil. And the next part whereby earth can become transformed to give birth to metal and it's actually we call it producing, right? It's just like all forms into rock or minerals. Okay, and this metal actually produced to water and it becomes just like a salt will get condensation and then the stew is formed so it becomes water. All right, to make it easy, we can take a look at this one. It can imagine this producing cycle, which is very important, like what Master has shared, that it is like we a foundation, okay, before for Chiman. So we can take a look at it that this is like parents feeds the children or parent feed the child. So just water produce wood. So when water produce wood, it actually lose some energy. So just a little bit of energy, and then it produces wood, and as you can see, wood is happy now, and it gain extra energy. So it become like for instance, it's like 100% originally for water, it reduced to 80%. And then when it comes to the wood, who is the receiving party, it could have increased to 150% from that original 100%. Okay, now we can see when wood, another example is that wood is at 100% originally. When it produced to fire, what happens is wood is reduced to 80% for for example, and then fire when gain the wood when wood is actually producing to the fire, it actually gain extra 50%. So fire gets 150%. No wonder he's happy. Okay? Same goes for fire producing the earth, earth producing the matter, and matter producing the water. All right? Okay, let's go to the next one. So now I've put in the five elements into this Chiman uh, chart, the trigram, so we can get a better understanding where this element sits in the chart. For instance, this is the water, earth for Gun, Zhen Gua here, Zhen and Xin, these are the wood, all right? And Li is fire because it's represented here as fire and it's red color. I've highlighted in the boxes in the border with color so it's easily identifiable. Bible. Okay, and then yeah, this is Kun, supposed to be Kun. There's a typo error here, and it's in Earth, and we can see this gray color is supposed to be metal color, metal and metal. Chen is metal as well. Okay, this is a metal. All right. So let's for easy way of remembering it is like we put it into a story like Mrs. Water. Okay, imagine giving her a role. She is a gentle caretaker. She feeds her son with called sprout wood. Okay, wood. Okay, water feeds the sun wood. So with rain, okay, feeds the sun with rainwater, then the wood can grow tall. That is the tree. Maybe like a wood is can be a seedlings, and then it grow taller. So what we call it, water nourishes the wood. All right. So now we look at the wood. Okay, wood. Mr. Wood is a nurturing father. He doted on his son and little fire. The son now is little fire. Now, little fire, what he gives, Mr. Wood will give little fire his log. Okay, his logs to burn brightly. So wood fits to the fire. Then it can burn brightly. Okay. The next one is Mrs. Fire. Okay. Mrs. Fire is, imagine her as a warm mother. Okay. She adores her daughter, baby Earth. Okay. So now she will turn herself into rich ash to fertilize the earth soil. So it's just like fire when burned, it become ash and then it will fertilize the soil. Okay, so fire creates the earth. And next one, we take a look at this Mama Earth. What happens to Mama Earth? Okay, Mama Earth, imagine her as a wise elder. Why? Okay, she nurture her son, who is the young metal, okay, by hiding her precious ore in her belly. Where? Belly, yeah? Because that's a big earth and will be hiding the metal inside. So imagine the earth is a belly and the metal is being hidden inside. Okay, that's where metal are found under the earth, in the rock, in the mountain. Okay, so the next one, we take a look another row here. That is Papa Metal. Imagine him like a strong provider. He support his young daughter, Little Water. Okay, so what he do? Papa Metal will collect dew in his metal bowl and holds the water, just like this picture here. Okay, all right. Let's go on to the next one. So we talk about this five element clashing relationship here. So we can see in this picture, um, I'm adding on the clashing relationship with the black arrow. Okay, so it's just like we take a look at water clashes with fire. So in what sense? As in like it will put out the fire is being put out by water. Okay, water, we take a look at here, water clash fire. So fire is being put out by water. Okay, so the next one is fire will clash the metal. How is it so? By melting the metal. Okay, so let's look at the next element. Metal will chop wood. Okay, just X chop wood. How is it so? Let's see. Metal will chop the wood here. See? So let's take a look here. What happens to next? Okay, what happens next is wood will break the soil. How? Because wood has the roots that will break through the soil. Okay, so and which is the earth. Soil is the earth. Okay, so earth will what happen? Clash with the water, which is like the dam blocks the water. Okay, so taking a look at this image here again, imagine it's just like just now the relationship we talk about the producing is that parent producing nurturing the child, and right now we are talking about clashing, right? Imagine it is the grandfather who's going to punish or discipline the child. Okay, just like grandfather will be in this column, which is the this column elements here. Let's take a look first. Water will clash with fire. Okay, water clash with fire. So I'm representing the clash by this arrow here pointing towards each other. So it's water clash fire. The next one is what happens when water clash fire? Or water, when you clash fire, it will reduce maybe like a 10% kind of energy. And when fire is being clashed, being the party that is being clashed, it will reduce greatly. You see how bad it is? It can be up to, reduced by 80 to 90%. So, yeah, so it drops and then fire become left with like 10 or 20% like this. Okay, just an iteration. Okay, so let's look at this. For instance, another example: wood clash metal. Wood clash metal. Oh, okay, this one is a wrong symbol here. Okay, fire. It should be, oh, yeah, it should be fire clash metal. So I put in the wrong text here. It's a typo error. So fire clash with metal. You can see the metal face is very unhappy. Correct? Sad face. Okay, why sad? Okay, when fire lost, I would say maybe sacrifice his own 10-20% of energy to clash with this metal, what happens is metal will lose maybe 90% of its energy, right? That's why metal is being set. Okay, look at the last one example. The last example, earth clash water. So when earth clash water, earth will lose about 15, 20% maybe of its energy. And then when clashing the water, oh, you can't see the element here. Okay, you can see it here. Okay, you can't see the battery, the energy level here. Okay, so when earth clash the water will reduce to by another 80% and left with maybe 20%. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next image. Right. Okay, let me push it up here. Okay, if for instance, I've actually, okay, actually I've produce a craft out a rhyme, two rhymes. One is the producing cycle rhyme, another one is the clashing rhyme. So as you can see, yeah, I can read, and it's kind of a very nice rhyme. Okay, so producing rhyme says that water nourish a tree to grow, wood burn with a fiery show. Okay, fire leaps high, ashes lies low. Earth hides treasure down below. Metal sweat mist, water flows. Back to the cycle we now know. So it actually talk about the producing cycle. It's a rhyme that if you find it hard to memorize, or you find it hard to understand, maybe when you read this rhyme, you can understand better. Okay. So here's the clashing cycle. So you may wish to read it. Okay. So yeah, I'll move on to the next slide. So in lesson 3, we'll also learn about these heavenly stamps and its well, what it actually can be associated to. Okay, we have learned 甲乙丙丁戊己庚辛壬癸. Okay, each of them represents this yin and yang of each elements. So yeah, I have not actually been able to memorize, or I wouldn't say memorize, and fully understand or remember the each stamps. So yeah, at this moment, so I'll try harder. I'll go on to the next one. So in lesson 3, you also start to learn, you start to read the chart, and first, we understand that when we ask questions, and then we look at the day stem. Okay, when I ask the questions, and then how we identify which is what. Okay, so when we talk about when we're trying to find the asker, subject, or object, right, we always look into the day stems. Okay, and then when we want to know the answer, okay, the answer can be found in the hour stem. Okay, look at the outer stem and then refer to the chart where the outer stem is. Usually in our apps itself is being boxed up, and it will show where the box is and what is inside the box. Okay, I should have actually put in the app image. Okay, anyway, let's move on to the next slide. So we also learn about the Fu Ying and Fan Ying. Okay, let's take a look quickly about the what is Fu Ying and how is it being represented in the chat. Okay, so let's take a look here. And what fui mean is number one, fui means slow, painful, draggy, like what Master has actually been telling us. Okay, so it could refer to, it could mean stagnation, nothing is moving at all. So in terms of energy, it actually tell us it's being stuck. It is a repetitive pattern. Okay, so that's why you say it's not moving, stuck, ma. Okay, so how do we actually see a wind chart, or in the chart? Okay, how is it? How to identify it? Okay, you will notice that the stem and the branch in the box itself is same. Okay, for instance, you see run and run together. Okay, you see maybe keng and keng together. You see E and E together, or ting and ting together. And by the way, Master say in the box you see ting, then ting in the box is good, okay? And then the next thing is time impact, okay? Okay, when I talk about time impact, it means for free chart, that means there is always delay and there's no progress. So well, I would say maybe um, because of all this delay, I think the only solution, I wouldn't say only, one of the solution to consider is maybe to be patient and wait. Okay, so the next we have learned is about fun in chart. So how is it fun in? So in fun in, right, you realize what kind of situation it is. It will mean things are moving fast, things are very uncertain, and there are sudden changes. So the energy itself is being very unstable. Okay, it is it's just abrupt change will just happen. Okay, nothing is firm, and it's just like one moment it rain, one moment it shine. Okay, one moment person say yes, and next moment he will tell you no, I'm not going. Okay, at first you say, okay, I'm going to the dinner, and next moment you say, I'm not going to the dinner. Okay, and when it comes to, it could be like this, the boss may say, okay, I'll give you a 50% pay rise. Okay, but then the next day, the next morning, he may say, no, you're not getting your pay rise. Okay, okay, the next one we look at is how we identify a funding chart. That is, you will see that boxes are in opposite position. Okay, I should actually uh, attach the image here. Okay, so anyway, let's move on. Okay, about the time and impact. Time impact, right? In the funding chart, it will mean thing is moving quick, right? We say it's unstable and things are moving fast. That means in terms of time, you have to move on. You have to be very quick, and because the outcome, it can actually lead to a chaotic outcome. So you have to respond very fast. Okay. So we also learn about what is horse in the chat. Okay, horse could mean overseas, run away, or unstable. So yeah, it can be this. Let's say when we read the chat, it might say that this business endeavors is going to be better when conduct overseas. So you could actually go overseas to look for more business ventures or business opportunities. All right. So the last one we talk about is emptiness. In the chat, when you see a circle in the chat on the top right corner of the chat, that if refers to emptiness. And what emptiness means is like it's just like your battery is draining, okay, and drain down to when you see it's in your box, the box itself is just 20 to 30%, okay. But remember, when we have emptiness in the box, right? What you do is you have to read the opposite, refer to the opposite box to get the real energy, which is talking about 70 to 80% of the energy. Okay? It also means, in a way, to say that the asker or the subject's energy is not high. Okay? So, yeah, so that's what emptiness is about. Okay? Let's look at the next slide. Oh, that's all. Thank you very much.